So now moving into sort of our next thing. Guess what, assholes?
Yes.
I do have two Alfs and a cousin, Skeeter.
I lied. I'm your poppy, Dominic.
Oh, yes.
It was me, Austin.
Daddy.
It was me all along. These are wrestling references.
Imagine taking off your hood and it's Alf under the hood.
Guys, I just feel like
Alf was the higher power.
anytime you guys talk about wrestling, I feel like I'm just in a room by myself with like no windows or anything, and I'm just having to just say things that I don't know what's actually related. You know?
Okay. You guys ready to play?
Yes,
You guys
I'm so
ready
ready.
to
Please hit
engage
me.
in
Come
my-
on down, the two Alfs and a cousin Skeeter.
The ultimate riddle. If you guys win this, I'm going to give you one of my teeth. But let's see if you can do it.
Which
Do I
one?
really need any more?
Okay, so, contestants, are you ready?
Yep.
Yeah.
Introducing Alfisode number 1.
Oh, you
Borders.
gave it away. This is the Alf episode.
In this episode of Alf is growing a vegetable garden. Also, at the same time, they are introduced to a Mexican boy named Luis Mancia, who has revealed that he is stuck in America and his dad has gone back to Mexico, and somehow, in maybe sort of a Home Alone situation, I don't know, the plot summary isn't specific, he has been left behind. So they have to figure out how to get to Luis back to Mexico. Also, Alf is growing a vegetable garden.
So it's like the reverse of that King of the Hill episode.
Right. Exactly the reverse of that King of the Hill episode where they abduct a child. But so Alf's trying to grow a vegetable garden, and he grows corn, but it's so bad that everyone mistakes it for yams. I'm not really sure how that relates to this Mexican kid, but the Mexican kid, you find out his dad didn't leave him. He was brought here because his dad works here in the harvest time, but he wanted to go back to Mexico to see his friends, and it's kind of sad and heartwarming at the end. So that's Alfisode number 1, Border Song. Here we go with Alfisode number 2, the not-so-great Outdoors. In this episode of Alf, the Alf family goes on a camping trip in a dirty motorhome.
The Alf.
And so one of the Alf kids also invites the neighbor love interest, to come along. This is where things start to get wacky. So they're on this camping trip, and Alf and child and neighbor kid all go to like the lake, but he loses all of his clothes because they get wet. And then the lake gets electrocuted, and they eat all of the electrocuted fish that float up. There are your natural twists and turns. A generator gets blown up, and that ruins the air conditioner. The car battery dies. And they're really just roughing it out here in the woods. And it ends with neighbor love interest telling the Alf child that he's very brave and that Alf is picked up by a hawk and flown away and says he'll see everyone at home. Now we're on to final Alfisode number 3, Varsity Drag. Okay, in this Alfisode, Alf child comes home and greets Alf, but Alf doesn't really pay him a whole lot of attention. Because Alf is upset that older Alf child is about to graduate and go to college, and she just got an acceptance letter that Alf found in the mail to a really good university. And Alf's really worried because if she goes off to college, he's not going to see her for a long time, and he's going to really miss her. But also, the family doesn't really have a whole lot of money, and they go over the finances, and Alf stumbles upon the fact that they spend $10,000 a year just caring for him. And it's heartwarming and touching because the daughter decides not to go off to the university because it would cost too much money, and she just wants to hang out with her good friend Alf. So tell me, friends, what's the lie? Where's the truth?
Oh, God. Oh, my God. It's so hard.
I think I know. I'm pretty sure I know.
Okay, Peyton, let's hear it.
I think the first one is the cousin Skeeter.
You're saying that Border Song is not an episode of Alf, but is an episode of Cousin Skeeter.
Yes, and here is why. Because Alf is too old of a show to have a non-white person on it.
Okay. Zach, what are your thoughts?
So I don't know, because I do think the whole, like, missing friends, friendship thing is, like, a thing that could be on, like, a Nickelodeon Cousin Skeeter show. Like, I get it.
Okay,
You know,
so you were saying
No,
that...
I'm not saying that
okay.
yet. I'm so torn. But, like, also, the episode number 2, I can just see Cousin Skeeter get just fucking ripped by a hawk. And just being like, I'll see you later. Like, and that's really my strongest reason for that one. Like, nothing else. Like, I'm sure.
So you're
that's
saying that
just
episode
classic.
2...
But here's the thing about episode 3 is that's also such like a heartwarming, like, oh, my family, you don't have to do true family, or like.
Is it a trick question? Are they all cousin Skeeter?
I think, oh God, like they're just so good. They're all so good. Cousin Skeeter could be any of these, but I'm gonna go for option 2.
You're going with option 2, which is Not So Great Outdoors.
Yes,
as the
not So
episode
Great
of
Outdoors.
Cousin Skeeter, not an episode of Alf.
Not as the episode of Alf because he gets carried off by a hawk.
And you're sure this is what you want to do?
That's what I want to do.
You are correct, Zach.
Yes!
Peyton, you have lost this edition of Two Alfs and a Cousin Skeeter.
Oh, God. I'm so happy.
Yeah, no, I really thought that the fish getting electrocuted and them eating all the electrocuted fish would really lean you guys towards Alf, but I see that you have seen right through my clever ruse.
That was probably going to be my next guest, is that one being the...
Really, I really thought the going off to college one was a really Skeeter-esque plot. But
Yeah,
I think
it
that
is.
him finding out about $10,000 is a bit... That was what gave it away, I think.
Yeah, because it's like, cousin Skeeter is their cousin. They're not going to just be like, oh, man, you're too expensive. We're just going to throw you in the trash.
So does that mean a little peek behind the curtains here? Zach, you said that one of these was only one sentence long and you had to improvise the rest of it. Does that mean?
Oh, no, I found a different one. I didn't use the one-sentence long one.
Oh, darn. 'Cause
that was the
like
Jared Leto.
stellar
Yes, that was the
information.
one that said... That was the one for an episode of Alf that I can't... I don't have it pulled up right now, but literally the whole description was... Jared Leto throws a house party in this episode of Alf in 1989. And, yeah.
I feel like that's not correct.
I feel like somebody's fucking around on the Alf wiki there.
You think someone would do that? Just go on the internet and lie?